Stand by, that's the wrong one. Hello, everybody.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Here at Veteran Trash Talk, we actually vet our sponsors. We don't just take their money and run like a butter bar lieutenant lost on the land nav course. Are you finally ready to plant your flag and claim your territory? Maybe it's time to use that VA loan to buy a home. Or hell, maybe you're looking to refinance and put some extra cash in your pocket for more questionable life decisions. Either way, the Veterans Mortgage Source, powered by Canopy Mortgage, has your six. Look, buying a home or refinancing can feel like getting overrun on a bad op. Chaotic, confusing, and full of obstacles that make no damn sense. That's where Corey and his team come in. They're like the QRF of home loans, ready to pull you out of the chaos and guide you to the best program for you. And trust me, they'll answer all your questions. Yeah, even the dumb ones. Whether you're a salty vet or fresh out of barracks still trying to figure out where your TA-50 went. Great service, solid rates, and a team that actually understands the military life. That's why all of us here at Veteran Trash Talk trust them to do right by every veteran in their family. Ready to lock it in? Give Corey a call or shoot him a text at 808-699-7874. That's 808-699-7874. Don't wait. Unless you like overpaying and getting treated like an FNG. The Veterans Mortgage Source is powered by Canopy Mortgage, LLC. All loans are subject to credit and property approval.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Listen, it's impossible to fight, okay, if you don't know what you're fighting for. Does that make sense? Like, if you're in the dumps and you're struggling with mental health, things of that nature, it's going to continue tearing you down, all right? Because you're consistently trying to fight something, which is that demon, which is usually something from the past, right? Maybe that why needs to be fighting for your future. Let that be your why. Get the hell up and start fighting for your future. Stop fighting things that happened in the past. Easier said than done, right? Go seek help. It's okay not to be okay. A lot of people need to hear this. You are more of a warrior and a fighter if you stand up and say, hey, this has to stop. I need to go seek help. The stigma, everything has changed. It's okay not to be okay.
And so my honesty cap is dedicated to a little, we'll call it a public service announcement for civilians and other people in the military. There are a few people that you should always take their stories with a grain of salt. Vegans, CrossFitters, and special operations guys that tell you that they were special operations without being prompted. And the first thing they say is, yeah, I used to be soft. Right. The only unicorn in this entire group is like a special operations guy that was like a vegan and did CrossFit. That guy's probably going to stay quiet for a little bit longer because he's confused as what he should talk about first. That's the only reason. Right. Anybody that says that they were soft without being prompted or without it being like a normal part of your communications is probably either an enabler or going to tell you a bunch of stuff that's not exactly true.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What's up, Gruntworks Nation? Big Earl. You heard Dave talk. You heard Buddy talk. Now, Buddy's all about, he is a Green Beret and he's Special Forces and yada, yada, yada. But he will not tell you that unless, he really, really likes you and he's made dinner for you. However, what Veteran Trash Talk does is we bring a lot of light to the veteran community, the first responder community. We promote that what we're doing well, all right, whether we're running for office, we started a business, nonprofit, all those things. Veteran Trash Talk is a super clean page. We got Gruntworks if you want to go there and raise a little hell a little bit, but we are here to promote veteran-owned businesses. So the show you are about to watch is a veteran or veterans or a spouse of a veteran or a child of a veteran that's doing great things in the community, and we need your help promoting them and getting them all the success that they need. All right, guys, enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What is up, Gruntworks Nation? Welcome to Season 3, Episode 8 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today is Marine Veteran Tyler with INERTmugs. And joining me as usual are the Big Earl and Buddy. Cheers and happy Saturday.
Dude, I love that. I love that intro from Buddy with the espresso martini.
I love it. That's good.
I mean, it's gay, but it's okay.
Classy.
Yeah.
Fellas, do you see this hair?
It's okay.
It was
It's
just
okay.
slicked back like that. That's classy.
Like I said, you can pull it off, and
Classy as fuck,
there's certain things you do to pull it off. Like one of them, like I got introduced to the espresso martini in DC, where apparently that's the thing you do. Like the staffers and lobbyists, like you work hard all day, and then it's like 8 o'clock at night is when your job. Huh? But now your job actually gets harder at 8 o'clock at night because that's when all the lobbyist parties are, and so you got to wake up, but you got to party too. So it's the espresso martini.
The espresso martini.
Is that the proper way to drink it?
It's
so are you supposed to hold it like that, or like?
Is it martini Italian?
How are you holding it? How are you holding it? Like,
okay, let me give you guys.
I'm just curious because the way you just held it didn't seem.
You hold
is that the right
glass
way?
that's built like this from the stem, because if you hold it up here, you're warming the drink up with your hands.
Oh,
hold it down.
I thought you only held it from the stem if it was closed up top like a champagne.
No
champagne, but that one you would hold.
All things you hold from the stem.
I don't drink that many espresso martinis. I'm just trying to get educated here.
Drink, yeah. Also, a martini you're supposed to drink in 3 gulps, just so you know. That's why there's 3 olives.
Yeah. And then Dave's mom's watching from Canada.
Is basically an adult version of like Red Bull and vodka.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Drink it with a tie on, and people will still take you seriously. But yeah, I really was looking into my stocks this year. They've been very, very volatile. Pork bellies are up, I think.
Oh, the pork bellies. I like that. I like the reference there. I like the pork belly reference from Trading Places. Yeah.
You need to at least have 3 of those during the show, so it'll be entertaining.
I've had a couple already, so we're good.
Yeah, we're solid.
Just add to
rock and roll.
Yeah. So I didn't pick a conspiracy today. I figured I saw a lot of clips with the peak Hegseth meeting in Quantico with all the generals and everything. Everybody was like conspiracy theories leading up to it. We're going to war and all that stuff. So I've only seen a couple clips. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just wanted to like open it up for discussion. Like one of the ones that irked me that everybody's complaining about specifically is the physical fitness aspect of it. And like you have to take a PT test every 6 months, like twice a year. Like we were fucking doing that already anyway. Like at least when I was a first sergeant, we were. So like I don't know why people are stressing. But yeah, just talk about it, and maybe you guys can give me an opinion or share your thoughts on all of it. I'm sure Nick watched the whole thing.
Well, yeah, I don't do anything all day.
I watched pretty much the whole thing. Yeah,
you're a hard worker, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have an opinion, it helps to not just watch clips of shit like a lot of you on your side of the fence over there. You gotta watch the whole thing.
My side of
it's your side of the fence. You the last 3 months you jumped way over. Last 3 months you jumped over. It took a kite and kept going.
Yeah. Well, it's because everything it's all taken out of context. Fake news. But anyway, we don't need to talk about any of that.
You're pretty much George Soros at this point.
That was my question. All right. We don't need to get into a political debate. I just want to open up the discussion.
You started it. You fired the first shot. You took a jab, I hit you with a haymaker, man. It happens. So
let's talk about the things that I've heard specifically about it against the speech that he made.
Yeah.
Thing number 1, I can't believe that a bunch of generals and admirals sat there and listened to a Fox News host tell them that they shouldn't be fat and in the military. and that they
National
had
Guard
to
major
continue to tighten up.
What a DUI.
Here's the thing.
and no
The
tab.
guy was in the military and deployed with the military. You could have spent 3 years in the military and have gotten out as a specialist in 2005, and then come back and for a year and a half been traveling around looking at army posts and been able to say absolutely everything this dude said, 100%. Without even trying. You'd have been like, well, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Why is all that wrong? And then talk to like 5 people, probably E8s and E9s, and they would have said, oh, well, let me tell you how this, like we kept telling people for the last 20 years, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. If you do this, this is what, well, you're doing this is what's happening. And then we just kept doing the stupid shit. And then finally we've gotten to a point where we are where we are, where somebody, and it doesn't matter who the messenger is, the message is true, and somebody's got to put a stop to it, because if not, and like, we laugh and joke, but I promise you, I work with these dudes on a daily basis. If we went to Afghanistan tomorrow or Iraq tomorrow, or God forbid, we went to a peer-on-peer war.
I was going to say a full-blown conventional war. Yeah.
50 to 75% of these dudes would get planted in the first month and a half. It's just a fact, because they don't have the tactical awareness that we had. They have some technical knowledge, but they don't work to understand it or be able to use it and employ it tactically. It's just, the truth is the truth. And it doesn't matter who tells you the truth. If you're mad about the messenger, then like you should really question.
I saw a lot of people like we're focusing on the wrong things, and I'm like, actually, like standards and discipline like should be your number one focus, because then everything else derives from that, right? Because people are like, I saw somebody mention on the news about we need to focus on drones and shit and different type of warfare. No shit, we do need to do that, but if you can't get the fucking basics right, then you're not going to get anything else right. I mean, that's how we were raised.
Well, and the basics,
right?
we know when we had Rob Ryan on the show, talking about how the echelons of fire are drastically changing because of drones. Like platforms are changing because of drones. Like the Apache's becoming irrelevant because of drones. Like it's and like you can take an Apache down with a $5 3D printer drone. Like, and they have no defense against it. So there is that, but it doesn't mean we have to not be tough. we need like one smart guy to operate that drone. Everybody else still has to be a fucking ass kicker.
But here's to prove your point, or to add on to it, to piggyback, if you will. If you can't as an active duty Marine, sailor, or soldier, if you can't figure out how to wake up in the morning and shave your face and put your uniform on correctly by yourself, there's a very little chance that when you're trying to dig a foxhole, you're going to dig it to standard with enough overhead cover that if a drone drops a bomb on you, you're going to live through it.
Yeah. And this is like what both of you said is right. And I will turn over to Tyler here in a second, see what he thinks, so that people know who he is. He was frozen at the intro, so I thought like either a demon possessed him
he
or
just
like,
didn't move.
No. Yeah.
He was just still.
But Dave and Buddy are right where it's, and we've said this before, and it hits you at your bias at your core, right? To where your internal bias as an infantry guy or as a war fighter is like, yeah, what's the fucking problem here, right? Because you agree with it. But we're seeing exactly what it means to just hate the messenger. And we've been saying this for two terms out of the last 3 terms, because he lost one, that Trump could tell you that the sky is blue and you will fucking argue with him because you hate him so much. And it's like, Hegseth I said this to somebody yesterday. I go, is he the most qualified person we could have picked for SecDef? Absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. However, he just because of that doesn't mean what he's saying wasn't. You think that those are his ideas? No, he's listening to the force. He's listening to the guy saying we need to kick some ass again.
Yeah, I had this argument with somebody the other day, and they said that he wasn't qualified and his resume was bad.
I just said the most.
Well, hold on. But what I said to them was, okay, well, who is qualified? And he's like, well, there's got to be a general or an admiral. They're the ones that fucked it up.
Yes,
They're the ones that
Austin. Look at Austin. Austin wasn't like I liked him when he was in the command, before. Like,
He was
I
my
liked him.
brigade commander. I thought he was the shit. He was,
But he
not
went
that
straight
great as a
political,
second.
just like what? No, like, dude, you're wearing a mask with a fucking shield and you're fat and disappearing. Like, no, bye, bro, bye, bye. All right, Tyler, what's up, man? What do you think about this? Are you like fat generals or not?
In theory or in practice?
Yeah,
that's two different things. I mean, during the Civil War, sure, be as fat as you want. Those guys kicked ass. Modern day, I mean, this is the same thing that we're all, this. I don't get what the confusion is. I 100% agree. It's like I've been out since 2015, so it's been a minute, and I know that that not to pull the back in my day card because I hate when people do that, but yeah, from 04 to back in my day, we did PT tests twice a year. You had 2 PFTs, and then when they instigated the combat fitness test, you ran a PFT in 6 months, then you ran the combat fitness test in 6 months, and we didn't bitch about that. And it's just, and here's the crazy thing is like, I don't even, again, I don't see what the big deal is because there are standards. Like, were you labeled a shitbag if you got a 3rd class PFT and you got the lowest score possible? Yeah, sure, people might have poked fun at you, but at the end of the day, you still met the standard. Like, the standard isn't that difficult, right? Could I pass the standard right now? Fuck no, because I'm a civilian and I'm fat and nasty, and I've earned the right to be fat and nasty. But if I really wanted to grind, if we did go a conventional war, I would grind. I would grind for 6 months. I'd get back in shape, and then I would willingly go over there and volunteer my skills and abilities. It's not that hard to get back into the minimum standard. You just stop bitching about it and just do it. So I don't see why everyone's complaining.
I saw a funny video. It was a Marine. And he's like, so nothing. A Marine was like in uniform, and he's like, so nothing's changed for us.
Well, that's why they did it at Quantico. That's why they did it at Quantico.
The discipline, the
That's
Marines have always had it. Yeah.
Yep. We
like, so nothing's changed for us because you rarely see a fat Marine. Like it's true. Like in uniform, like it's.
You're not seeing them.
Nah, I had. They don't last long.
You know what the Marines have always done really well? They don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. And they are 100%. You joined us. We didn't join you. You want to fucking be a Marine? You fucking do what the fuck we tell you. Don't question it. Don't fucking ask. Like, it is what it is. We allowed definitely in the Army, we allowed people to fucking. What's super funny to me is when you look across these formations and you go and look at these soldiers, you got all these dudes that are trying to be individuals, and they're trying to be individuals exactly the same way. Like, they grow a beard, they don't blouse their uniform, their fucking weapon is dirty and fucking nasty. They can't fucking shoot, they can't do PT, they can't this, that, and the other, but they're all the fucking same. And it's like, do you want to be an individual or do you just want to be in a group of shitbags? Because it seems like you just want to be in a group of shitbags, but you're accepted that you're a shitbag.
I think that all
didn't know
starts
any Vikings. I didn't know any Vikings in my life until they were allowed to grow beards. Then all of a sudden I knew like fucking 7.
Yeah. You know what's funny about the Viking thing? It's like, you're a Viking. Well, aren't you supposed to like sacrifice like 11 warriors every 11 years or some shit, and some goats and a couple virgins and all this other shit? Like, are you fucking going to get, well, I don't practice that part. Oh, it's just the beard part that you practice. It's just like, you don't practice any of the hard shit. You just practice the part that makes you look like a Call of Duty fucking character.
The other thing that's triggering me, too, is like the shaving, right? There will be no more shaving profiles. And you watch
it's not even they didn't even say no more. They're gonna get like offer the surgery and stuff. So when people were like, "Oh, that's racist," again, because we know most of the people who have the shaving profiles, right? But they're not doing that. From my understanding, they're giving you the actual surgery.
People who aren't watching all of it and just clips and they're listening to the BS. It's like we're talking about the exemptions for beards because you want to, like Buddy just said. We're not talking about somebody whose face is a grater and they go to a sick call and a medical professional recommends that they don't shave for 6 months, right? A captain has the right in 03 to not sign off on that profile. And anybody who's been an E8 or higher knows that you go to that captain and go, you better have some medical knowledge to deny a medical provider's opinion, right? You better have a good idea. You better know what you're doing.
First of all,
they still exist.
White guys don't get fucking shaving bumps. So why am I pulling on posts and seeing some private with a fucking a quarter
Dude,
inch.
I had a beard.
Oh.
I had a beard at the non-commissioned officer center of excellence.
Yeah.
I
No.
did it as a joke. I did it as a joke just to show everybody that I could do it. Right?
Well, white guys don't get shaven profiles. And here's the thing about fucking guys that aren't white and get shaven profiles. The skin here is the same as the skin here. So if you can't shave here, but you can fucking have a line up and motherfucking your shit is fucking like straight razored here so it looks fucking tight on the weekends, you don't need a fucking shaving profile, my man. Do the same thing you're doing here, but right here. Just do it the same the whole way.
And again, there are exceptions, that ones that will still be allowed. If there is somebody who just, you have to train them how to shave. That's one. Like, two, like, that's fine. Like, let them not shave until you teach them. All right. Just like if you can't shoot, we don't give you live ammunition until you do PMI and learn what to do with a weapon. All right.
Like you said, there are also dudes that legitimately, if they touch their fucking face or the side of their head with a razor, the shit is fucking horrible. Like it's bumps, cuts, shit is bad. I wouldn't want it either.
But even with the shaving chits
that
too,
dude doesn't have like a lineup either. Like,
there's still standards with the shaving chit too. Like having a shaving chit doesn't give you full authority to go like straight Grizzly Adams.
Nope.
There's still standards with that too. So again, I don't know why people are waking up.
They need to get rid of the dirty stash though too. That should go along with that.
That's an 80-second thing.
I've seen it
in the honor of Operation Gothic Serpent, and what happened in Somalia, on the anniversary, Shugart and Gordon, they had the stashes, bro. I'm telling you, like,
you know what else they had? You know what else?
Gotta go.
You know what else Shugart and Gordon had?
Delta
they
Force
had a fucking lifetime of going through hard ass selections to earn it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so you're saying Delta? You gotta be Delta.
OSF.
You gotta be Delta. Okay.
Yeah, you want to fucking, and just like he said, you want a beard? Go SF.
Go SF.
Not a huge deal. Don't be fucking surprised when you get there and they say shave your fucking face until 3 months before you deploy to a place where you have a fucking a grooming standard that is fucking like you're on relaxed grooming standards, and then you have to prove why you need it. It's not like you just grow a beard because fuck it, why not? I had a beard for a long time.
Beard in Syria, didn't you, buddy? You had a badass beard in Syria. I remember seeing a picture.
But I also had a thick beard because I was hanging out with people that grew fucking thick beards.
Monica in the chat, so she's VTT's OE254 cable. Monica in the chat says, when did these regs slip? I was in 91, 99. What the heck's going on? Because like Buddy said, like 3 years ago, when he's like, you never thought that these little stupid things that we were doing as like experiments or inclusivity for the individual were going to come back and haunt us. Well, they did. All right. They came back and haunted us like, oh, it's okay if you want to change your gender in the Army. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not okay.
We didn't join you.
We should allow women to do this. Okay. Sure. If they do it to the standard, and then we change the standard.
I agree with all that too. Like the same standard for everybody. Like he said it too. He's like, if guys don't make it, then they don't make it. If women don't make it, so be it. But there should be like
guys in our units that could make it.
Combat arms.
You know who didn't change the standard? I think they may have just dropped it a little bit, but it wasn't a terrible much. And I hate it. It kills me all the way deep down in my fucking soul to say this. The Marines never changed their fucking standard. And you know what?
We're not just saying that because we got a Marine on. It's just
they just didn't, and and they never had to worry about it.
That's why I was joking earlier. Marines are like, so nothing's changed.
And we had a bunch of dudes that were like, oh, well, I guess. I went to a range this week with some people, and the OIC was a female first lieutenant with a Ranger tab. No problem with a female having a Ranger tab if you made the standard. This chick might have been 100 pounds soaking wet. There is absolutely no way you carried a 75-pound ruck for 62 days without somebody carrying your equipment for you through fucking Ranger school. And there's no way if you've been eating and doing PT and like not in Ranger school and you're 100 pounds that at day 14 of mountain phase, you weren't down to like 70 pounds and like look like you just broke out of Auschwitz somewhere and you're carrying 75, you're carrying your body weight around on a ruck and you're doing fine. Everything's all right. We're good.
Maybe I heard a rumor. Maybe she was one of those honoraries. I heard the Army was giving honorary tabs for a while.
No, do that to Marines.
Yeah, that's only for Air Force and Marines.
Yeah.
I was just cracking a joke. Is that really a thing? I didn't know.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
I hope not. But then again,
my Ranger buddy in my foxhole was a gunny, and well, we called him gunny. I don't know. I think he was E6 or E7, but we just call him gunny because he was in the Marines.
Sure, why
but
not? That makes sense.
It was a joke, and when we I was like, they're just going to give you a tab. Like you could fail the patrol, and they're going to be like, he's a Marine. Like, at least he's here. Like, let's give it to him. And that's what I made a post about that on the X Factor today, because do you guys watch college game day for college sports, for football? Right, so they give $300,000 if you can make like a 30-yard field goal for your school, right? And they put it down there. Well, they brought this like overweight lady out there that was like a nuclear chemist degree. She has no chance of kicking this football, and when she goes to kick it, she kicks it like a foot, right, and almost falls over, right? McAfee says, and I love McAfee. He goes, hey, I tell you what, if Kirk Herbstreit can throw this football without warming up through that, I'll give you that $300,000. Right? And Kirk Herbstreit throws it through there and she gets $300,000 for the school. How come he never did that for any of the guys that have missed kicks the last 3 years?
Here's the thing. When you make,
I'm like, that is exactly that. Wait, let me finish my punchline. Yeah. That is exactly the first 3 women to get tabs, because I was the primary instructor there. That's exactly how it happened. The Kirk Herbstreit, the sec def of everything, came in there and said, let me just throw this thing through the freaking goalpost for you. And now anybody who's done it now, I have no knowledge to knock on them. I don't know, so I will give them all the credit until it proves otherwise. But I could tell you about the first 3 because I was there. So
if we're handing them out, can I get one? Because I've met every Ranger ever at the local VFW. I've met them all.
Yeah. Just like a Navy SEAL.
Rangers and Navy SEALs. Yeah, Rangers
Navy SEAL in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Navy
I got
SEAL
4
in
of them that
Vietnam.
live on my street. There's 4 SEALs that live on my street. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we can. We gotta get the buddy's honesty cap, Dave. This is what you did, Dave.
An exception. You're making a new standard.
It was a good discussion.
It is.
It's just a good discussion. I think we can all agree. Bring it back to standards and discipline, and the military lacks standards and discipline, and we all need to bring them back. So I think we can all agree on what we just discussed.
Well, I think what I took from this is that you guys brought out my toxic masculinity, and Buddy's definitely toxic masculinity. And Tyler sounded like he's got a little bit in there
too. We'll go back to his speech where he said that toxic was probably not the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got yelled at. I got yelled at by an instructor the other day in class because there were 15 instructors standing around, and a lieutenant and like 6 NCOs talking while one of the other instructors was trying to give out information. And I walked over and was like, "Hey, are you listening to the instructor, or are you guys having your own little thing?" And they're like, "Well, he already told us what to say." And I was like, "Well, you're in a warehouse and there's 20 other people trying to hear what he's saying and they can't hear. So why don't you shut the fuck up?" And I walked off. And he came over and said, "You can't tell soldiers to shut the fuck up." 24 hours later, I could. You fucking dick.
You can't say that. It hurts their feelings. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We've done a lot, and we had this discussion a lot at work for the last fucking week or so. When we were deploying 6 months on, 6 months off, or a year on and a year off, we got a lot of leeway in between those deployments because people felt bad for us because we were deploying so much. Understandably. His uniform's a little fucked up. I mean, he had a bad one. Let's just let him keep fucking training. We'll bring him back. We'll get to it. And that was a thing that happened, and it degraded the standard naturally for probably 10, 15 years. Well, now we're in 2025. There have been sporadic engagements between 2015 and now, but as far as like getting after it and like getting on a deployment and just every day grinding, It ain't happened. Miss me with your Polish deployment. Miss me with your Romania.
I know it's funny how they call them
with your
deployment.
They are deployments, though, bro. They literally deploy there.
Yeah. Well, if you have here's a little litmus test.
Right?
If there's
I deploy to the bathroom
Chili's,
as soon as I get up.
Yeah, if there's a Chili's on your fob, you're not fucking deployed. You know what I mean?
I was having a conversation with my son last night, and his roommate was deployed to Japan for 6 months. I'm like, deployed, or was he like training there for 6 months? He's like, it's called deployment. I'm like,
called temporary duty yonder, my man.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, hey, to be fair, Tyler's EOD,
like
and
Kuwait,
they deploy in the United States.
Yeah. Tyler just sits in a
Yeah, well, it's the same thing.
I'm saying they go to do work.
No, they do. You get deployed for VIP submissions. I did it for Obama's
I thought you were talking
re-election.
about my Tyler. Yeah.
No. Like you can get deployed.
I wouldn't talk about your son on here, except for what's that private doing right now? Smoke yourself. But no, Tyler, our guest, yeah.
Yeah.
This dude said Romania's nice. That's a deployment. I deployed to Marine, Spain. No, you didn't. You went on TDY.
That's Dave's boy.
That's Dave's boy. That's Husto.
That's Husto.
You motherfucker.
Husto, our lovely chairperson.
So Martini all triggered. Show your shirt, buddy. Show your shirt, buddy. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually kind of being a triggered pansy when we're talking about deploying to Spain.
Just like Kuwait is the deployment. It actually became a hardship tour then, right? Like,
well, that's the thing.
Kuwait was a duty station, just like going to Korea.
I was in Kuwait for a year. Yeah, you got to go to the mall every weekend. Shut up. Like, no, you weren't. Just stop.
That shit cracks me up. Yeah, it's that new lingo. Yeah,
but
I've been deployed to Poland. What?
Yeah, man, we're possibly deployed to Romania. Have you seen the women in Romania? That's not a bad thing. Like, have a good time. Like, go deploy. Do your weekends. Just don't get arrested.
Do they get an award? Is there a ribbon for that? Those
there might be like a joint NATO European defensive whatever thing or something like that. It'd be a ribbon, not a medal.
Yeah.
They
should get a ribbon. They should just get a Z pack on their way back and just don't talk about it.
Get some amoxicillin and call it a day.
Yeah, you don't need a ribbon, my man. You need some antibiotics before you come back.
Well, hey, do you have an honesty cap, or should we go to Tyler?
You know what? I'm going to do a quick honesty cap because I need somebody to make something make sense to me. I've been seeing a lot of posts about people tipping and not tipping, and tipping culture, and how like servers should get paid a living wage like they do in Europe. We've talked about that before. Like in Europe, the servers are professionals. Like they pour from the correct side and they like make sure everything is squared away. You're not. If you're working at Applebee's, don't go to France and try to be a server. You're not even in the realm of
like they go
you're not employable, brother. You're not. It's not happening. Like just because you worked at Lone Star for 4 years does not mean that you're going to Chateau Maison and freaking like you're not even bringing a croissant to anybody. Just not happening. Anywho, but here's my question. You're supposed to tip 10, 15, 20, 25% of your bill, right? Like that's what we all go by. Kind of like whatever the bill is, you tip 10, 15, 20%, right? Mm-hmm. Here's my question. If I go to a fucking nice restaurant, right? Let's say a super nice restaurant, but I'm kind of feeling like I want a burger and some fries, right? They bring me my burger, they bring me my fries. It's $30, right? I tip my 20% of $30. I go back here the next day, same restaurant, same server. I order a $300 steak. They come over, they bring me my steak, they bring me my fries, they bring me my drink. Same service. They brought me a steak and fries, but now I gotta pay 20% of whatever, $300 or $400 instead of 20% of $30. You did the same amount of work.
No, you're way off.
You did this. You brought the same weight of the plate.
You're way off.
And dropped it on. Why do we pay? Why not just say, hey, if you're my server, I'm gonna give you $5
because because the server shares the tips with the kitchen. And the kitchen,
not in most places.
The kitchen who just made that nice steak for you, that beautiful steak, they
not
want some money too.
So if I give my server $20,
and the guy who cleans up the table gets some money too.
You think my server that's getting $20 cash is going back and be like, "Hey,
yes, Jimmy, they do that. Yes,
Jimmy,
they do that.
I got $20. Here's $4."
Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
No.
Have you ever worked in the industry?
I don't believe it.
Dude, all I did was bar back in college. I carried up cases of beer for people who were slanging and hustling all day, right? And I'm just here, well, beer. Every night they'd hand me some cash.
Okay.
Like,
how much different is the amount of work? Is it 800% difference in making a steak and making
steak over a hamburger?
There's less work with a hamburger, and there's a little bit more work with a steak, but it ain't. They're not doing rocket surgery on the steak.
Now, I do agree if the steak costs that much, then chances are the people working there are making above minimum wage.
Most
probably.
When did 20% become the new standard anyway? Like
20% is for excellent service. 20% is supposed to be for excellent
20% is like you crushed it. My drink was never you feeding me my own food. That's 20% right there. When did we get away from 10? If you look at checks nowadays, it's like I think it's 18, 20, and 22. Is I think what I'm seeing.
In too.
Yeah. Well, yes. But when did 20% become the
because
new
they got people like Buddy showing up.
Though.
They got to put it in there.
I overtip. I generally overtip.
I overtip as well. Yeah.
I actually enjoy
I give them what they deserve. I give them what they deserve.
When they put like the amount that you should pay for a tip on there, because every time the highest amount is less than I would have paid. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. But I just don't understand the theory of paying because of my bill. Like, you could just make the bill higher and then I have to tip more just because you're making
I see where you're coming from.
A $30 steak into a $300 steak because you put salt, pepper, and some fucking garlic on it.
Now, if you remember the show, if you're at like Applebee's, I agree with you.
What place is this, though, buddy? Where you're getting a $300 steak and then a $20 burger? Like, what restaurant are you?
If you're at Applebee's, I get it. I agree with you.
What I'm saying is,
if you're at like
I go to Applebee's
restaurant,
and I pay and I tip 20% at Applebee's, there's a good chance that the person at Applebee's is working harder and doing more and has more tables. And if they're paying attention, and I'm only having and I'm still tipping them $20,
that's
right?
really nice of you, yeah.
And then I go to another restaurant where they only have like 3 tables, but you tip more because it's $500 for a meal. Like, make it make sense. Like, why am I tipping based on the price? Like, I'm tipping my money based on the price that just some dude came up with. It's not even a real price.
Even Dave saw right through your story. He's talking about what restaurant are you talking about here?
The quality of servers in an establishment like that versus a server at an Applebee's. Not saying that the server at Applebee's isn't doing their fucking kick-ass job.
You got to get hired.
There probably is a bit of a different. Yeah. There probably is a bit of a difference.
You literally talked about the difference in Europe and then the difference between a $200 steakhouse and a $50 steakhouse.
But what I'm
$200 steakhouse, people aren't going there for that.
First of all, if you guys want to give your money,
your water's empty, your next water's in there already.
But again, what I don't understand is, you know what? Let's move on to a different tipping, like paying a percentage of a realtor fee for a fucking house. Dave, I'm talking to you at this point. Why you do the same amount of work if my house is $200,000? If my house is $2 million, you're doing the same amount.
Everything's negotiable. It's real estate. Everything's negotiable. You don't have a
but you're doing the same amount of paperwork. Why am I paying more? Because my house is more. I don't get it.
You got to pay for pictures. You got to pay for all kinds of stuff. It costs more to advertise.
Camera. You don't come into my $200,000.
They don't even use a camera anymore. They use AI.
Yeah. They use photographers. You pay photographers.
Into my $2 million house.
Look at what
again, is somebody going to come in there and offer over the asking price in cash for a $200 million house? Maybe if you're like in Hawaii, But if you're selling a $200,000 house, somebody might just come and be like, I can waive all the inspections. I can waive all of this. I'm not buying a $2 million house and waiving
But
everything.
even if
Like,
they
I'm
don't,
like,
even
like,
if
you're
they
coming in
don't,
and
right?
checking that shit.
even if
kinda
they
went
don't
through
waive
that.
those inspection fees, I'm still paying 3% and 3%. I don't understand. You're not doing any more work.
All right, Tyler, what do you think, Tyler?
I think how do we go from steaks to houses? It's like apples and
Because he's
Oh,
out of
because
control
he's
right
like-
now.
like,
He's out of
like, this
control
is
right
the
now.
thing.
Real estate
And
agents
you're right,
work
I'm
on
not a
tips.
real
You
estate
heard me.
agent.
You
I'm
heard
not
me,
a real
Dave.
estate agent, but you can negotiate. We negotiated our fee with our realtor.
Absolutely, you could. Everything's
You're just
negotiable.
wrong
And then
twice
he
today,
even
buddy.
he
You're just wrong twice
negotiated
today.
like I don't know. But the
You're wrong
tipping
twice
Maybe we
thing,
should
today,
I
start
mean,
negotiating our servers tips.
Yeah,
I-
exactly. You can negotiate with them by not tipping them or like
you
bringing them
can.
over and saying,
Wow,
"Hey,
you just
like,
don't tip. You don't tip,
well,
Nick. That's fucked
I
up.
come,
You work in
hey,
the
somebody,
service industry. You should
I'll
tip
call a
more than
manager
other
over and be like,
people.
hey,
That's
if this
messed up.
person wants to get a tip, they better come over and apologize for what they just did." Right? Like, but I mean, again, that's never really happened. But there are people, like, sometimes I'll talk to them, I'm like, "Are you having a bad day?" And I'm like, "Was somebody rude to you over there? Because we weren't rude to you." Like,
Wait
I'll
a
go over
second.
and punch that guy for you.
I don't
Like,
become a communist. I'm a capitalist. I want to
Yeah.
keep my money. I don't want to give it to other people.
Right.
Then don't
Right.
tip. Then just don't
Yeah.
tip. 0%.
Just don't
Keep
tip.
your money. You are not
0%.
obligated. There's no tip police. You are not
Yeah.
legally obligated to tip. Just
They'll
don't do
spit
it.
your food. They'll
Just
spit
don't
Yeah.
do it.
Though you don't go back.
They can't. Just don't tell them that you're not going to tip when you get there.
you
And then
still-
How
they
much
can't
do you
spit
guys
your food.
tip your Uber driver?
Yeah.
Like if your Uber Eats, I tip them really well because I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
these
yeah. You don't
motherfuckers
want
aren't
them
gonna
yeah.
take
coming
my
back.
food.
You don't want to see your return address going, okay.
I think Uber Eats is fundamentally like if you get Uber Eats, I feel like you're a horrible human.
Yeah. All right. I gotta introduce Tyler. We gotta give Tyler some space here.
That's dumb.
Go to
We gotta
Taco Bell, dude. Why are you so lazy? You can't have somebody bring your Taco Bell. You got to have somebody bring you Taco Bell.
You've never had food delivered to your house?
Never, not a single time. Nor have I ever pulled up to
He's
Walmart
lying.
and had some
He's
schlub
lying.
my groceries.
Yeah.
You've never had
I didn't have nobody pick my
Never
bananas.
had Domino's. Never had
Oh
Papa
my
John's.
god!
Never
Not
had
a single
pizza
time.
delivered ever in your single life.
Buddy,
Here's
Buddy,
my
that's
problem.
I don't
looking here.
believe
Although,
that. I promise
although
you,
Buddy
100%,
can
no
cook.
wolf
Buddy
I don't
can
believe
cook.
that.
He can cook
Zero
really,
times
really
have
well.
I ever had anybody deliver food. I
Well,
promise.
now I'm gonna find out where you live. I'm gonna order a Domino's to your house, so you're forced to
Yeah,
tip that guy.
I'll give it address.
Yeah.
Tyler.
You're
I
gonna
don't
be
even
forced
have.
to tip that guy.
I don't even
You're
have
forced
Domino's
to tip
delivered. I go pick it up.
Nope.
Look at
I'm
that.
gonna
That used to be the prank back in the
we're gonna figure
90s,
this
bro.
out.
You used to
We're
call
gonna
order
figure
pizza
this
at
out.
people's houses. Yeah, before caller ID.
Yeah.
But anyways, I put this shirt up here because we had a guest cancel on us again. All right, I'm not going to say their name because they're kind of
Lame.
we book like 2 months out. So if you want to book with us, you see how much fun you have on the show, right? And we promote what you're doing for free. Okay, for free. So if you and we have a lot of followers, we got a couple viewers on Facebook, got a lot of X right now. A lot of people will download this on Spotify, on Shop, and then all that kind of stuff, and they'll listen and they'll watch, and so you're getting free publicity. If you're gonna cancel on the Big Earl, have some respect, brah. All right, you know, it's kind of like not tipping, right? It's kind of like what that is. All right, it's kind of a big jerk move. But I put this up here because I got reached out to by this young man here, this grizzly guy, who said, "Hey, I want to sell some cups," and I was like, "Cool." I go, "How about you just come on the show?" And he's like, "When?" And I was like, "Well, we just had a guest drop off. You want to come on in 2 days?" He's like, "Sure." And I'm like, "Perfect." So we got him, and he's a Marine, and he was EOD, and he said everybody should go buy the Pull String Go Boom shirt written in crayon. All right, go get it, go do it. But Tyler, I'll let him explain his career in the Marine world. Not really sure what that entails, other than getting yelled at by Roy Lee Emery, or however you say his name.
What? By what? Roy Emery?
Yeah, Roy Emery, Lee Emery, however you say his name.
Arlie Emery?
Arlie Emery, whatever, something, something like that. So he's really mean, and he yells at you, and he makes fun of you for being fat, which is, again, why we held it at Quantico. But Tyler, thanks for taking this opportunity, and I believe I have a picture that I downloaded off your website right here. Boom.
Thanks for actually replying. Full disclosure, I've basically just been spamming various veteran-owned businesses to see like, hey, who wants a piece of this action? And I never expect anybody. When I send off an email, I'm like, they're not even gonna read this. So I'm already prepping myself for failure and disappointment. And then you guys almost respond almost immediately.
Dude, I don't do
then I got
anything all
nervous
day.
and I was like, hold on a second.
These guys are scamming me. They just want my
like, what's going on? Like, how is this gonna come back to bite me in the ass? Like, this is too quick. Like, you didn't even put up a fight. You didn't even make me wine and dine. You're just like, yeah, come on the show.
That's how we roll, man.
That's what we do.
Yeah. I love, but I'm not used to this.
Yeah,
this
well, we may have had you wine and dine us, but we knew you were Marine, and we do not eat current.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Well, I will wine and dine you, but I'm not going to tip you. So.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't, apparently.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to. You can't make me. Anyway, what are you talking about besides Arlie?
We're talking about you.
You.
But
Tell us a little bit about
It's your
yourself.
show.
Tell us
It's
about
welcome
your
to the Trash
company.
Talk Hour.
Yeah.
We just spit off and had diarrhea mouth for the last 45 minutes. It's all you now. Yeah.
And that was great.
Yeah.
And that was great. And I loved every second of it. Me. Well, yeah, Marine, EOD. I started as a computer nerd. That got boring. Then I saw dudes that got paid to blow shit up legally by the government. And I was like, fuck yeah, where do I sign up? So signed up, passed, and the rest is kind of history. I got out in 2015. I've tried to work a normal job. I hate every second of being I don't know what normal is, but like a normal job. So I keep coming back to blowing shit up. And then now I'm here with TSA. I don't get to blow shit up, but I get to stop shit from blowing up. And occasionally I get to go to Pendleton and help blow stuff up. So I get my fix.
I have a question.
You're not
Does
preventing
Marine-
too many explosions.
What's that?
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're not preventing too many or having to prevent too many explosions.
So we actually just had a grenade come through on last Sunday.
Are you allowed to say where you're at on air? No, that's probably not.
I'm at
I'm at an airport.
We'll skip that.
I'm at my airport.
If you try to bring a grenade in the airport, you will meet him.
Yeah.
You will find.
I got a question about Marine EOD. Does that mean that you just go kick it? Because that's like the Navy takes it apart.
I heard you pass in 3 days.
Yeah, the Army
like
shoots it. Does the Navy just kick it, or does the Marine?
No. Yeah. Well, you're on the right track. So actually, the Army they walk up and kind of give it a love tap with their boot and see what happens. The Air Force, they take pictures of it from space, and then those pictures get analyzed, it gets sent off, and then about 6 months later, they send a team out to deal with it. Marines, now you don't want to know the things that we do with it. We get real personal. We get real intimate.
We usually keep it in our butt until finally.
Actually, Marine EOD and I did 2 tours in Afghanistan, 2011 and 2013, and man, it was freaking wild because they didn't give a shit what we did. Like, no bullshit. So all 4 branches go to the same school, which is the best part. So you make friends in every branch. You're all trained the same way so that you can literally grab an Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Tech, put them on a team, and they can operate together, which I think is super dope. The Air Force, though, there was so many restrictions on, like, you have to use a robot. If that goes down, use a backup robot. If that goes down, you got to call someone. If they can't get a robot, then you can put the bomb suit on and go downrange. The Marines are just like, whatever, just wear your Kevlar and just figure it out.
Just bark at it.
I mean, I've literally seen photos of dudes in like black silkies and nothing but a plate carrier, like disarming IEDs. The Marine Corps just doesn't give a fuck. So like, figure it out. If you die, we've got 4 more guys waiting to take your spot.
Yeah.
I know you think that The Hurt Locker is the best military movie ever made. And
it's a documentary for starters.
Exactly.
For sure.
Okay.
Have some respect. Have some respect for the documentary.
Again, it's one of the most terrible movies ever made. However, there is a point in there where you have to agree with this documentary of where it's like, dude, I'm gonna go fuck with this bomb. Why would I wear this suit? This suit is not going to stop me from dying if I screw this up.
100% correct. The suit is actually not designed to save your life. It's designed to give you an open casket.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It will stop. It's designed to keep you in one piece. Is what it's designed to do. I mean, obviously, it can save your life if you're far enough away.
Or a smaller bomb.
In the car, yeah, it's like what, like 4 155s
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Like, yeah, you fuck up, you're dead.
Yeah.
Suit or no suit, you're dead.
EOD recruiting numbers just went down.
Well, you know what? That's fine.
No,
That's fine.
if you're interested in,
you can't do it.
if you're
You suck, you can't do it anyway.
yeah, if you're interested in EOD, the recruiting numbers definitely did not just go down. They went like that was.
I get to be in stilties and a helmet. Yes. Yeah.
Going to fuck with bombs doesn't give a shit about a suit. That's
A lot of people don't even qualify
but
for EOD.
so-
like test scores, you got to be high up there for EOD.
A lot of people,
you can
and a
fix
lot of
that.
people too,
That's
they
one.
always like when they found out I was ED, they're like, "Oh my god, you must be so brave." And it's like actually kind of almost the opposite. I kind of picked the MOS where if I'm gonna go to combat and I'm gonna die, it's gonna be like the least painful way possible. You know what I mean? Like
quick,
because
right?
the speed of those detonations is so fast that your brain can't even process and register pain. So like 1 minute I'm clipping the red wire, the next minute I'm like, well, fuck, shouldn't have done that, you know. And there's Jesus and my.
Turns out the
82
Vikings
virgin-
were
Well, you
full
wouldn't
of
even
shit.
know. That's the
There's
thing.
no Valhalla.
Like, that's my point. That's what, you wake up in the afterlife and it's like, ah, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm running my fingers through like wheat fields and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like the
Gladiator
gladiator. That's a
shit
good
right there.
gladiator.
That's
Good
a
gladiator
gladiator
reference.
shit.
Got it.
there. I like
Thank
it.
you.
I do
Yeah.
like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you spent
so tell us
time
about the
EOD
cups.
doing that. I was going to say, and then you went to making cups.
Like I said, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize you guys even use utensils. Like, how did you all of a sudden
so-
a cup? Yeah.
No, actually, fun story. So this originated. So I was actually playing a game of Chuck Dam with some of my fellow EOD techs, and that's kind of how a game of Chuck Dam.
What is that?
Okay, so
I didn't want to ask because they'll all make fun of me. Damn European doesn't know what he's saying, but Buddy asked, so I feel safe now to say, what the hell are you talking about?
So there's this river running through the Fob Jackson. If anyone knows Fob Jackson, maybe some in the chat does. So we're playing a game of Chuck Dam with these coconuts, and it's kind of like, it's really simple. You just throw them at each other, and that is not mine.
It's not.
It's not. We can get to that in a minute.
We
though.
will, but we didn't know you existed till 2 days ago.
That's fine. Actually, I didn't know they existed until like 6 months
Can
ago.
you tell me? Can you tell me if Chuck Dam is you throw something out?
Yes.
You throw rocks at that thing and see who
No.
can hit it. Because we played that game too. We just don't have a name for it.
That game's fun too. No, so Chuck Dam, you throw coconuts at each other, and you know the toughest, whoever bitches out first loses. So one of these days, one of my buddies threw a coconut at me, and it actually broke. Finally broke. One piece fell into the river, one piece didn't. So I go over the river and I grab the half of the Chuck Dam and I pick it up, and then I notice I'm like, oh shit, there's like this holds liquid. Right? I was like, because typically whenever I got thirsty, we just had to stick our heads in the river and do some deep breathing exercises.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God. So knowing my fellow Marines, my fellow crane eaters, I'm like, I cannot convince them to eat or drink, out of a Chuck Dam. They'll be like, fuck no, we're not drinking out of that. So I had to paint it familiar shapes and familiar colors so they see, ooh, pretty green. Like, oh, we know yellow means splody. If you're arty, if you're infantry, yellow means splody. So yeah, I just took a Chuck Dam and painted it. And then, everyone was like, holy shit, we don't have to stick our heads in bodies of water to drink anymore. And I was like, no, you're welcome.
And that was it. Boom. All right. So
actually, literally none of that story is true. I made all of that.
Well, yeah, we're gonna run with it though. So
yeah, we're gonna run with it. No, actually, the true story of how the company came about, it's a bit rocky. I was working with another guy. Business went sour. We parted our ways, and I was having so much fun with it prior that I kind of just picked it up and just kept doing my own thing. And then the result is I'm getting ready to celebrate 3 years. I'm loving every second of it, and the best part is that I don't rely on it for income. Like INERTmugs does not feed my family. It's just a passion project. My kids are on the payroll. They help out. My wife helps out. They're very supportive, and it allows me to use that money to reinvest in the company. But then I actually I literally get to give back to the veteran community. I don't get to be one of those guys that sits around and talks about helping. I get to do it. So I'm pretty fortunate in that aspect.
Nice. Can you talk about the production aspect of it? So like, you're just like, for everybody that's watching, it can obviously check out the link that Nick shared, INERTmugs.com. But what does the production look like here? Are you just ordering a bunch of mugs and then painting them? Like for anybody that's watching?
Well, Yes and no. So there's a bunch of different styles on the website. So if you look at all the tapered ones, tapered for fellow Marines, tapered's like this, guys. We talked about this. So all the taper ones, actually, I ordered. They come from a factory from China, and I've done a couple of shows before, and usually people like to, well, do your products come from America? And I'm like, no, I'm very honest about this.
That fucking infuriates me.
Like, tip your fucking Stanley over there.
You want to pay $85?
We had a shirt company that was doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to you.
Right, so the all the 155s and all the hand grenades are actually, those are manufactured overseas. Those are they're rotary printed, and the goal, once I have about 50,000 in expendable income, I can buy my own rotary printer, but I'm still gonna have to buy the blanks from China.
Yep.
So there's only so much American I can actually make my company, sadly. Unless you guys got 50 mil lying around and we want to build a tumbler.
Well, that's the thing that these these keyboard warriors on social media, when like, are your shirts American made? I'm like, would you buy a shirt for $75? You don't even buy our shirts for $25 because we still.
And you want a discount.
Yeah, and you want a discount. We want to try to be as American as possible, so at least we fulfill them and use an American company that prints them, right? But no, the material comes from Asia, bro. And the reason we fought a bunch of wars in Asia for centuries was because of materials and shit, rubber. Like that's the area. That's where you get it from. Oh man, drives me nuts. Now I'm triggered like Buddy.
I was doing a show. That's hosted by a fellow Marine, Army EOD tech. Or he was a Marine, then he went Army EOD.
Smart.
He owns his own coffee company now, and so like we're going live, and in the chat, some lady was like, "Well, actually, I have a friend whose family owns a tumbler company, and they're American." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll give them a check. I will check them out." So like online, I went to their website, and at the top banner, like where you see the pictures in my website, they literally show the bottom of a tumbler, and you can read "Made in China." So I'm just like nice try, bitch. So yes, but the skinny ones, the Dynamites and the Blue 97 that I make, that little submunition, those are blanks, and then I physically make that myself.
Do you guys
do I don't paint it?
Do you do any custom designs?
Hell yeah.
So for anybody that's watching, I'm just asking the right questions for our viewers to go on there and order some shit.
No, I do. I take custom orders. I'm working with 7th Cavalry right now for their ball next year.
A little Custer.
Hell yeah, good stuff.
So working with them, they reached out to me out of the blue, and I was like, fuck yeah. So that's a pretty large order, pretty excited. I've done a few large orders like that. Yes. Yeah. So I absolutely do custom. If you want custom though, don't be like, hey Tyler, can you mail this to me on Tuesday? Because the answer is going to be no. I can't mail it to you on Tuesday. I need time.
What's the turnaround time?
How much lead time do you need for a custom order? And then what's possible with a custom order? Like
the sky is possible. Anything is possible with custom order.
I want a floating cup.
I can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that. I'll figure it out.
Put a magnet, put 2 magnets underneath it. It would be fine.
Yeah. If we're talking like 50 or less, I could do 50 or less in about a week and a half. If time's not an issue.
Yeah.
But if we're talking anything over that, I would say 100. Give me 2 weeks. Anything above that, a month.
Yeah.
And then it also depends on what you want. So basically, 7th Cav has taken the 155 HE round. I modified it in. They have their logo on the back.
All right.
So it's pretty dope. They're getting about 800.
How much?
That's about a 800-ish.
Yeah. How much does a cup generally run?
Like wholesale, or what are we talking here?
Your cup.
How much does it cost me?
I buy a cup from you. How much am I looking at paying?
For the 14 ounces right now, it is $14.99. For the 20 ounces, $21.99. But there's actually 2 bigger ones. Again, it's just me, dude. Yeah. It's literally me and my family. And why am I going to rate people and rake them over the coals? When I started this company, man, this was during COVID. Nobody had any fucking money.
Yeah.
So, I tried to go as cheap as possible. Luckily, I have not had to raise my prices because of this tariffs. Has it impacted me? A little bit. It's not horrible. But there's no reason to, I am corporate. I have no corporate overhead.
Yeah.
So it's just me.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, if you're a veteran, and it goes out to the listeners, not really to you. If you're a veteran and you're going to to Academy or Dick's or wherever and buying a Stanley Cup for your wife for $50. You could buy a cup for $20 for yourself.
You could
and actually support a veteran. Like
I should have a promo. Like send me your Stanley and like send me your Stanley and like $10 and you get a free mug. Something like that. But and now
Dave, you're
right.
replying to Space Man.
I was replying to Monica.
I know Monica's on Veteran Trash Talk. So
she's on a different chat, so she didn't see the link.
I made fun of her. I'm like, just look up. And then even K-Town in Germany was able to find it. So,
yep. Look at that. Well, that's awesome. That's good stuff. What's the number one sold? Like, what's your hottest item? Like, is there anyone specific that you? Go ahead.
My 155 HE round is by far the most popular. I have to place a reorder, and these last like couple months. And so the reason how I found you guys was through Shopify Collective, and I actually have 4 retailers. One of them is a brick and mortar outside of EOD school, so they crush it. I crush it down there. Because as soon as you graduate EOD school, like you want everything that has an EOD badge on it. I mean,
even their
I'd
uniforms.
buy toilet paper if it had an EOD badge on it. You know what I mean? Like I'd buy anything with an EOD badge. So I do really well down there. But I've got a couple other online retailers. So that's how I found you guys. And having these other people like selling them on different platforms has allowed me to expand my business. I've got all new designs that are getting way more realistic. Those are all copyright pending right now too. So, lawyered up, hired a lawyer.
Yep.
And here in about a year, the goal is the PX.
Nice.
That's the ultimate.
So currently just online, right? Or are you in any shops?
We said he's in a hard stand in Eglin.
There's one Eglin Air Force Base.
Okay,
You got to go to Crab Zone. So if you're at Eglin Air Force Base, you can go to Crab Zone and find it in person. Everything else is online.
Nice. Well, hey, we'll put it. Yeah, we'll definitely put it on. We'll definitely put it on ours as well for you. That's not a problem. So we'll definitely. Do
and I'd love if you guys were willing to let me put some of those shirts on my site.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we don't care.
Absolutely.
Let's get some sick designs.
We don't even know how to sell them. Like we don't even know how to make money with them.
Dude, shirts are a pain in the ass. I have shirts. No. I think I've sold like a dozen shirts in 3 years. No exaggeration.
Yeah. Maybe you could just take our designs for our shirts and put them on a mug and then give us $1.
Ooh, do that. Yeah. Put that.
Yeah. I know. Fighter speed.
We'll talk after the show. Yeah.
So where would?
But no, what's funny about
go to find your mugs again?
You can go to.
Buddy, we talked about this 10 times already.
Buddy's drunk.
I'm legitimately for. I'm both hyper and.
Usually, it's not Buddy who's hammered on the show.
Everything that I've fucked up in the past, you just said.
I'm just trying to get it out there so the viewers can get it. Jesus, you can't say it enough. Publicity is publicity. Tyler and I know about marketing. All right.
INERTmugs.com, INERTmugs.com, INERTmugs.com.
I love you, buddy. I love you.
If you buy now, we'll give you 2 INERTmugs.com.
Well, we'll get 2 INERTmugs, 4 all the INERTmugs.com.
So 2 inert mugs for the price of only 2 inert mugs.
And you get 2 of them, INERTmugs.com.
At INERTmugs.
And then I always give out free shit too. There's always a few free little goodies inside when you order from me. But have you guys seen the advertisements for those like Claymore Mine Bluetooth speakers?
Yeah.
And the Bullet. Have you guys seen that on Instagram?
I have not.
You look like you're looking for yours.
So
I sell those too.
To look for yours.
CEO of that company reached out to me, so we collab. You can get one of those, 2 mugs and a keychain for pretty damn good price. Catastrophic Industries. So thank you, Andrew from Catastrophic Industries. Yeah, he found me. That was pretty exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
See,
really
big girl
good
actually
guy
buy
too.
stuff from veterans.
It is. It is. It's an espresso martini, and Buddy's had like 8 of them already.
Yeah.
Actually, it's only.
I feel like you guys could attest to this.
10 of them.
We are sponsored by a bourbon company. We are sponsored by 10th Mountain Whiskey. So go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com and put in the code VTT and get yourself a discount. And this is Buddy's favorite right here.
The cordial.
The cordial.
It is.
All right. Very, very dangerous. That's why it's not opened. Right. So yeah, you open that. Good night. So you just can't put it down. So good. But Yeah. Hey, INERTmugs.com. Hey, buddy, what's the website?
It's INERTmugs.com.
It's INERTmugs.com. All right. Buddy's going to buy it. And I hope everybody watching and listening buys it, especially you, K-Town, and go buy it and order it.
You guys
ship to Germany?
Yeah, can you ship to Germany?
I've shipped to Germany, I've shipped to Australia, I've shipped to Japan, England, I've shipped to South America, so yes.
Yeah, we just opened up our stuff to Germany as well. So Husto, if you're paying attention, you can order your shirts to Germany.
Yeah, man, international motherfucker.
Yeah, shipping sucks because you're paying extra, but the people that actually want
he's European, he's used to paying
shirts,
extra for everything. Yeah.
The APOs and the APs, like the FPOs, that's normal shipping.
Yeah.
But like I have like legit military individuals. Like I actually did a custom mug for the King of Spain.
Spain still has kings?
That was kind of cool. Allegedly.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I texted him one night.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I
Like
just didn't know. I didn't think about it.
He never texted me back, so I don't think he liked it. Whatever. That's why you're not in power anymore, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that. I don't want to get off topic because we're running out of time. But and I got a birthday party I got to run for Natalie. But I'm wondering when like King Charles is going to take back over England, because they're, the number one male name in 2024 was Muhammad. So I'm waiting for King Charles to exercise his right to just be the king again, right? And just take it over. But all right, quick AAR. We all agree with Pete Hegseth, but some of you just don't like him, right? So that's just what it is. But none of us here
standards
or don't like standards. Well, no, it's Hegseth. It's like, well, yeah, that's
you think so?
Too, like, yeah, it's just they don't like him. Like I said, he could tell you, like,
I know. I remember what you were saying.
Tell you the 100% truth, and you'd be like, "Fuck no," right? So, just like, but anyways, yeah, that's a different show. So yeah, Hegseth, he said, stop being fat, work out, have standards and discipline, and we want to be real lethal, right? So if you disagree with that, don't join the military right now. Not a good time, okay? When you guys reelect, a libtard, then we can bring the trannies back on ships, and you guys can have your little fairy shows all over the place, and, we'll be good. So just like, just got to wait your turn. Just got to wait your turn. It's a good time to join up. And then again, Buddy was way off today. Doesn't want to tip people. Thinks that you should tip the same person at Applebee's the same you tip somebody at Pieces of Eight, a real nice restaurant like Ruth Chris versus Applebee's. Why do I have to pay you $60 when somebody at Applebee's does the same thing for $5? Because Buddy doesn't know. All right.
I just don't like people. So.
Like people. And then Tyler thought that we were scamming him, and we just wanted to bring him on the show and talk about his mugs. And so we did.
I'm still not convinced.
Yeah, INERTmugs.com. It is funny to me where we have lots of friends. Like us three were together in the beginning of the military. Well, Buddy was already in for 15 years when we came in. But I
think it was 17, but
we all know each other. We have lots of friends. And like they're in the military, and they're like, dude, I didn't know you guys had a show. Like, yeah, like for like the last 4 fucking years, right? So it's like would you? Well, but you didn't know us, so you get a pass. Like, no, hey, come on, reach out to the big girl. Tyler will tell you. I will answer you literally immediately. I will go, are you a veteran? Yes. Okay. Why don't you just come on the damn show? All right, and we'll promote you. That's what we do here. We love doing it. And we hope that you go to where, buddy?
INERTmugs.com. And by the way, I just went to INERTmugs.
You had one line.
Hold on. I just went to INERTmugs.com. I got a 14-ounce mug, a 20-ounce mug, a Claymore-shaped speaker, and a keychain for $109. Are you fucking kidding me? That's really good prices. Like,
Did you tip?
I don't.
Did you tip?
I should add it.
You know what? They didn't even ask
at the very end.
That's how you know it's a good company. They didn't even ask.
All right. Well, all right. On to you, Dave.
Tyler, any last words, brother?
I appreciate the time. If anyone is interested, obviously, it's got the bio and stuff on the website. It tells you where where part, or, who I fund and where do your proceeds go. If you're interested at all in me, which I wouldn't be, you can get on Urban Valor on YouTube, and I have my own little episode on there. Drop a lot of F-bombs, so beware. But that's basically my story from computer nerd all the way up to bomb tech, up to CEO, overlord of INERTmugs, husband and father of 2.
Very nice.
Awesome, brother. We
Again,
appreciate
Urban
you.
Valor on
Tyler,
YouTube.
Don't.
I got it. I just got
Good
the
job,
shot,
buddy. Good job.
Urban Valor on YouTube, and just search Tyler Grogg.
Thanks. Awesome. If you tuned in late, yeah, we talked about at the very beginning of the show, Pete Hegseth. So watch it from the beginning. Go over to YouTube, give us a like, subscribe. Go to VeteranTrashTalk.com. That is our website, which has links to everything where you can rewatch and re-listen. Go to shop.VeteranTrashTalk.com. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts today, the War Pig. All right. Gruntworks Clothing. And we'll catch you guys next Saturday. Faceman VTT out. Actually, we will not be on next Saturday. We got a holiday weekend. So we'll catch you guys.
I got the shirt one too.
Yeah,
and then I got the protector line, which we don't have the shirt uploaded yet. But all right, real women fought for Title IX, not Title XY. All right, stay out of friggin' sports. All right, like. Anyways, if you watch my
going over so far,
if you watch the fight show from this morning, you'll see my rant that I went on at the end. Just skip to the end. You don't got to watch the fight show unless you're gambling, but just skip to the end, and you'll get exactly why, as a man, you need to buy the protector line shirt. But anyways, we'll see you guys later.